Hi guys and welcome back to Football Manager 2018 here with Rangers. We're on the other side of the transfer window opening now, 3rd of January here, after our horror show last episode, which I'm going to try and avoid talking about as much as possible. So we've had a couple of offers in, but nothing really, nothing satisfying. You know, we've had some loan offers for Ivanildo Fernandez, 90k loan fee, 90k loan fee. I mean, it's something, but we'd still be paying 17 grand a week, so it doesn't really make a difference. I'll probably just accept it. You know, we'll be coming out at a slight profit. You know, we're paying him 17 grand a week, times that by 4. You've got, what, 68 grand, so we're coming out at like a 30 grand profit a month. Podence, I'm not going to let go on loan. He needs to be sold properly. And there was a loan offer for Tim Gallagher there as well, from Hearts, which I think we're also rejecting because I'm pretty sure that that was an offer as a rotational player, and obviously we want Tim Gallagher to be going out as a key player to somebody if possible. Where is he? Tim Gallagher, yeah, rotation key player? No. Now we're going to have to, we'll offer him out again here. Off to clubs, loan offer, key player. I don't need anything else, I just need him as a key player. Ryan Giggs, the Ipswich manager, is looking for Fernandez. Well, if you want to buy him, son, then by all means. Fonseca has interest in Lethargic, which absolutely no way you're not going to get to buy him. Another loan offer for Podence. He's not loan listed, he's transfer listed. Where is he actually? Podence, Daniel Podence, there he is. Transfer status, unavailable for loan. Transfer listed, again, 7 million. Let's try and get him out. In fact, let's offer to clubs for 7 million, see what they say. Ivanildo Fernandez, Dimitri Mitchell, nobody's bid for, which is a shame. Can we bring back Alberto Chiacheri? We can. What about Letiri? Letiri we can also recall, but I think I'm going to let him stay out because he's getting on really, really well. Chiacheri's developing too, but we need some quality, obviously, to back up Alfredo Morelos, so we'll bring him back, but we'll let Leandro Letiri continue out there. Offer to clubs, 100 grand to take Jacob Bednarczyk, which I think is a decent fee. He got on well for Falkirk in the league when he was there on loan. Loan offers for Gallagher, rotation, absolutely not. Excuse me. We're going to look at some signings coming in soon, but we're going to have to see what we can do about players going out first, if anything. Nobody wants Bednarczyk, right. Well, clearly nobody wants to buy our players. Let's have a little look now in the transfer market for players we can buy in, hopefully. Oh, Kieran Trippier is listed, 8.5 million, it's a good fee, but we've just bought Sebastian Jung as backup. Paul Nardi, the goalkeeper, nah. Filip Juricic, we don't need anybody in that position. Let's look at the transfer list, see if there's any bargains going here. Enes Unal, a striker. Again, we don't need a striker really. Spalvis is a striker as well. Admir Mehmedi is a left-sided player, but doesn't look that great. I mean, it's really not good stuff here. Dominic Calvert-Lewin, nah, just looks bang average as well. Wow, I'm not really liking the amount of players here that aren't that great. What about Stefan Bell, the German centre-back? He's been good historically in Football Manager, so we'll take a little look at him. I don't really see too many players here I'm interested in, to be honest. But this Marcus Edwards guy, no, again, he's a position we don't need. Mario Balotelli. How old is he now? 31. Right, so it clearly doesn't look like there's too many people available on the transfer list. What about the loan list? Anybody? Any really good prospects on the loan list? Nah, it doesn't really look like it either. Alright, so we're going to have to search for what we actually need here. So what do we actually need? I would say we're in need of a wide man for the left-hand side. A thief just isn't quite good enough. He's playing here on sentimentality at the moment, to be 100% clear. What about Rashid Ghazal? He's worth 18.5 million, so we'll definitely not get him anyway. Let's have a look. Who is here? Calvert-Lewin, Castillo, Angel Gomez, Moy Gomez. I mean, some of these... What about this Franco Lopez boy, 23 years of age? I mean, he looks okay. Wanted by Boca Juniors and Stuttgart. Let's have a look, actually. Let's go down to Argentina, see if we can't find a wee regen. Van Ruiz, Sebastian Perez, Christian Espinosa's actually a good player. Wonder if we've got any shot at getting him. Christian Perez is a regen. He might be good. Let's just do the old Football Manager tradition of spamming Boca Juniors and River Plate and see if we can find any ridiculous regens, which we probably will. Down to River Plate now. Whoa, River Plate have got even more. Oh, there's Derlis Gonzalez. Played for us on loan once upon a time. Playing in Argentina now. Rodrigo Fassi. There's a couple of regens here that look promising just based on their overview. But there's a real lack of wingers, particularly left-hand sided wingers. What about Lanús? Do they have anybody? Not really. They've got a right back here. Scout him. Argentina obviously very good for producing regens. Racing Club. What about this? Nestor Rodas. Let's actually just look at Argentina itself. This is how the process works pretty much. When I'm in charge of it anyway. Saviano. Let's have a little scout on him. Strange to find a left winger who's got between 11 and 20 strength. They're usually pushovers. Santiago Jimenez. Another one to take a look at. 17 years of age at Boca. Sebastian Perez at Real Madrid. Actually looks bang average. What about the under 23s? Anybody in there? Walter Molina, 20 years of age. Scout. Dario Capiglia. Scout as well. Right, let's see what those reports turn up. I'm looking to get some ridiculous Argentines in our squad. I did that actually with Celtic. I don't know, some of you guys may have saw my video on winning the Champions League with Celtic, which yes, somehow I managed to do. Previous efforts with Celtic, I actually just loaded the squad with these Argentines. It led to me getting to Champions League finals and stuff. I actually lost 2 Champions League finals in a row, both to Man United. But it does certainly work to try and get these regens in, get them in when they're like 20 years of age, just really busting onto the scene. You can make a lot of money on them, and for the ones that you can actually manage to keep, they'll go on to become sensational world-class players, which hopefully will happen with Letiri and Chiacheri. And hopefully they'll have a couple of wee left wingers to join them as well. No, nobody's getting Borthwick Jackson. Stop asking. Fine. After 5 games, Bednarchuk will go for 58k to Partick Thistle. Fine. Oof. Sam Byram's out for 3 to 4 weeks, so Sebastian Young, we're going to find out if he's made for it. Did I just see Callum Patterson moving for 20.5 million? Christ. I mean, he's pretty decent, but 20 million? Don't think so. Alex Donald going to Cove Rangers. Good for him. Get some first team experience under his belt. And we'll look and see if any of those reports have come in now on those youngsters. Scouted. Oh, Justin Cliver. Aye, hold on, I'll just fork out 45 million. Days old, there we go. Who's this Douglas Luiz? Decent player. At Man City. Looks okay, but nah. Right, let's have a look at them then, shall we? Manu Mihailovic, Loic Mbesso, decent centre back. Right, let's just look at the Argentines. Fabio Bottini, he still looks alright to me. More scouting going on. Walter Molina, the left midfielder. Again, we need to know more about him. Bell is a no. Christian Perez could be good, but again, not enough known about him. Domenico Berardi has only got a 60 rating there. He is better than Podence though still, but that's a bit weird. He must have had has he had some horror injury or something? Sprained knee ligament, no, not really. Hip injury for 2 months is his worst thing he's had. Sprained knee ligaments. Well, he's actually had 3 different sprained knee ligaments and he's had pulled knee ligaments. Suggests he's got a knee problem. Where are we? Franco Lopez. A decent striker, no more. Rodrigo Fassi has an 86 rating. Suggests he's pretty damn good. He's actually got 2 senior caps for Argentina as well. Let's see if they can be persuaded. I know I didn't actually say we needed a central midfielder. I'm just going to make an offer and see if they come back with anything of their own. Ricardo Capa on the right hand side is okay, but no more as well. And these players are particularly great. Christian Espinosa, I think, is a bit underrated there at a 52. Santiago Jimenez looks okay. Only rated a 56. Bit weird, I think that might be a bit harsh, but can't be sure. What a boy he looks, man. Right, actually, now that I'm thinking about this for a wee second, I don't know what to do. I give up. I don't know who to sign. I don't know what position we need. Where's that wee guy I just seen? Jens Odgaard, 22. Mainly a striker though. Winger. Let's give me somebody whose role is a winger. Sort by recommendation. Yul Asoro. Did in League 1, Christ. Pretty quick, but you know, I just don't see it with these guys. And you've got Walter Molina. Who wants to buy him? Real Betis. Suggests a bit of quality. Do we take the punt like we did with Riedel? Oh, screw it. Do you know what? We're going to take the punt. It worked with Manuel Riedel. Let's hope it works with Walter Molina. So what did that jump there by 3.5? So they actually want 1.7 more. They want 5.2. No, want 4.7 million. Yep. That's a wee trick, by the way, to figure out how much they actually want. If you bid 3 and it jumps up to 6, the fact that they put it up by 3, they actually want half of that. They'll meet you halfway, so it'll be 1.5. It's pretty cheap, I think, that the negotiations are as shallow as that, but that's what I've found in my experience. McGinn is worried that Rodrigo Fassi might be a replacement for McGinn. I know where you're coming from. Competition for places is healthy. Deal with it, son. Nobody wants to buy him anymore. It's a shame. Our Molina bid has been accepted. £5 million, 4-year deal. Minimum fee of 23.5 is perfectly fine in my eyes. All the rest of it's fine. Hopefully he'll get his work permit and we'll have our man. For 4.7 million, hopefully he is up to something. It's been a bit of a stab in the dark there, you know. We know a couple of things about him. Scouts rate him, you know, kind of 60 odds without knowing too much about him. Giving him a 4-year deal there. So he has to be up for up to something. Probably won't even get here by the Hearts game by the time that the Home Office get done. So Ariel Harabaz is wanted by Celtic. He looks a decent lad actually. They've just signed Diego Sousa, 32-year-old experienced striker, who I don't think they need. They've already got Leigh Griffiths if they want an experienced striker. Miles Bierman to Livingston, fine. Where are Livingston? League One, ouch. Not done particularly well, Livingston, have they? 5 million for Fassi's been rejected. I'm not going to go back in for him. I suspect he will end up becoming a classy player in the future, but I can't afford to be blowing all of our transfer money on him here. Come on, let's get Big Walter in. Letiri played 32 minutes in a 2-1 defeat against Real Zaragoza and played pretty poor. Worthwick Jackson has a 12.5 million release fee. Let's just keep rejecting these bids. If someone bids the 12.5 million, then there's not a lot we can do about it. But I think 12.5 million would give us enough money to bring in a replacement. How good is Justin Kluivert now? Let's look at him. No, he just looks alright. He doesn't look that great. He can dribble, he's got a bit of technique, wee bit of flair about him, bit of pace, but he doesn't look anything special. I've never really seen him explode and become a world-class player actually, Justin Kluivert. It's a bit weird. Because he certainly seems to have a lot of potential. You know, when you start the game, for his age, he's ridiculously good. Seems to develop pretty sluggishly. We'll see how he develops actually with human management over on our Ajax Youth Academy Challenge series if you want to jump over and watch some of those videos now here on the channel. 2 to 3 days for Sebastian Young. He better be fit for that Hearts game. Jordan Houston as a right back again. Unless we go with a wing back. Might have to go with a wing back actually if Sebastian Young isn't fit. 75 minutes for Letiri this time, again not playing particularly great though. Come on Walter. Bournemouth beat Borthwick Jackson offer. No. They're up at 10 million, I suspect they're going to pay the 12.5 and we're going to lose him. So let's have a little scout for a left back, shall we? Left back, Stuart Rice at Hamilton. I think he will become a very good left back, but I'm not quite sure he's ready to start for Rangers. Ben Mee would be a good one, but too old. Pio Sciabi actually looks pretty good to me. He's played very well down at the Serie B level. He's done okay this season for Benevento in Serie A. Not great, but okay. His wages are ridiculously high though. And he's mainly actually a right back. Let's sort it by value, see if we can get anybody else jumping out at us. Gianluca Itter would be a good one to get, but we're not going to be able to. Stephen Kingsley, a wee Scottish left back. Let's have a wee look into him. Danny Rose is transfer listed for 2.7. 31 years of age. Doesn't he quite have 145 grand? Probably not going to be able to afford him then. Where was that Scotsman? There he is, Stephen Kingsley. Let's look at Scotland, so we can get a wee Scottish left back. Obviously we won't get Tierney or Robertson. But is there a wee understudy yet to either of them? No, it doesn't really appear so. Liam Cooper's potential, but not great. Let's go down to the under-21s then. Stuart Rice, of course, is there. Stefan Barrowman as well at Swansea on loan from Stoke. Does look a player. Started his career at Livingston, actually, Barrowman. But with him being on loan, we'll not be able to get him this season. Nobody in the under 20s, and obviously the under 19s will be really raw prospects. Dalglish at Partick. Actually does look a player with a lot of potential. There's a Queen's Park player here, Tam Fisher. I might as well have a wee scout at him as well, you never know. Andy Robertson was still at Queen's Park until fairly recently. Got his move, of course, to Dundee United, then into Hull. And obviously now at Liverpool. Dimitri Mitchell wants to stay at Ibrox. Everton, Borthwick, Jackson bid, 10-5, no. Loan offers for Mitchell, again, no, I don't want to loan him out. We're really struggling to move people on here. 5 days before we get the Walter Molina decision, so we won't get that done before the Hearts game. So basically it's been a pretty poor transfer window thus far. We've had absolutely nothing in the way of incoming players, unless you want to count Alberto Chiacheri coming back from being at Bologna, but I think it's a bit of a stretch to count that one. Let's actually have a wee check on where he is in Serie A's goal scoring list. How many did he have? 5. He only had 5 in Serie A. That's not great, is it? Let's check his stats. Where was he? Joint 20th or something. So he wasn't scoring that many goals. He was playing okay and developing there, playing at Serie A, but we needed him back. We needed the ability, quite frankly. Mitchell was still not going to loan out. And it is time to face Sebastian. Wait, what? I thought he was the Hearts manager for a second there. He's the Lille manager. And apparently he's talking about Arnaud Nodin, who is apparently a transfer target for Rangers. Well, might as well scout him. Alright, so we're on the verge of the Hearts game now. We're not going to play that this episode. That'll be next episode. Just want to take a little look at any more scout reports we've had coming in here. Any updates on anybody, that kind of thing. Stephen Bell's looking a bit better now, but not great. Barrowman would be excellent, but unfortunately we wouldn't be able to get him. Stephen Kingsley would be good, but 18 million top end is ridiculous. Christian Perez is good, but again, it's not what we need at the moment. Walter Molina coming in. Christian Tui, not going to be getting him either. But you know what? That's really that is really a shame. It does not look like we're going to be getting anywhere in this transfer window. It does not look like reinforcements are going to be flowing into the club. We're going to have to do this with the squad we have at the moment. Hopefully Andre Horta and Chiacheri can do something for us here. Andre Horta, of course, our main man, who's been playing really well. Celtic are at home to Hibs tomorrow. Maybe we'll get something out of that game, but it's really, really fragile at the moment, the league position. We're looking at the real possibility of losing this title. Anyway, I hope you guys have enjoyed this one. It wasn't exactly the most exciting transfer episode ever. We didn't get very many players in. We're just trying to look at some Argentine talents. Hopefully Walter Molina, when he comes in, will provide us with some class down that left-hand side. Up until then, we're probably going to be playing the 3 at the back with Borthwick Jackson as a wing-back, providing nobody meets the 12.5 million and steals him away. And then probably, maybe if we go back to 4-2-3-1, we'll go with Molina on the left. I don't know. That's a tactical decision to be made in the future. Against Hearts and Aberdeen, I think we're probably going with the 3 at the back. But for now, that'll do it for this episode. As I say, hope you guys have enjoyed it. If you have done, please drop down below and leave a like on the video. And of course, to see how the season pans out, if we can close that 7-point gap on Celtic, please do subscribe to the channel. I'll be eternally grateful for that. But mostly I just want to thank you for watching, as I always do. And see you guys next time when we're taking on Hearts and Aberdeen.